Who's ready for a late review? Wicked Part 1. You know, my friend, honestly, she hyped this up so much to me for the past couple of years. She kept telling me how often she would go to New York and watch this constantly at Broadway. Could the villain version of The Wizard of Oz be that great? Apparently so. I got to see Wicked in theaters, and honestly, it was everything that she had explained that it would be. I loved how vibrant it looked. I mean, you guys see what I did with the background here? Green and purple, bro. But yeah, this is gonna be a non-spoiler review. Please, if you enjoy this sort of content, please make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Let's go ahead and get into the video. Sorry, hold on, let me do that again. Video. I'm so sorry. This film had bangers, which was obvious because, you know, everybody raved about the music, but man, when the songs were going off, I felt every part of it. They had some sort of energy. They wanted you to have a sing-along in the theater. I had a row, bunch of little girls, and so you best believe when that Popular song came on, bruh, I was sitting there, I'm like, okay, I've somehow transported myself into an elementary school theater show. The two main leads were absolutely freaking great. I mean, to be able to have such a powerhouse when it comes to singing, but also be able to act so great is just like, it was so perfectly casted. And here's the funny part. A lot of people weren't sure if they were gonna like Ariana Grande when it came to what she did in this film. And I'm sitting here like, she already played an iteration of this in Victorious, except the difference between Glinda and her character Kat is that I feel like Glinda is smart and she's calculated and she's popular. I feel like Kat was ditzy and popular and talented, and there was a clear distinction. And I'm sitting here and I'm like, obviously she would know how to play this because she already played a little bit of more of that. She's just basically Kat, but if Kat was cocky. The sets and the set pieces that they have for this film, this is what I mean when I say practical effects need to make a comeback. I said that when it came to Barbie, and I said that when it came to a lot of other movies. They've been adding more practical effects and mixing it in with the VFX. I think that is how it's supposed to go. I think that's how it's supposed to go. It's supposed to be a mix between using practical and VFX. They ended up using Oz's mask as a gigantic puppetry thing. Like, that was a real puppet. Now, what do you do with that after it's done? I honestly wish I kind of knew, because, like, do you auction that off? Do you sell it? What do you do with that? Yo, real quick, comment down below, what was your favorite song in this entire part 1? I will say I did not expect it to be a two-parter, although I think business-wise, I think that's genius, just because it forces you, obviously if it does well, you have to go back and watch it. They already shot it, so the only thing they have to do is literally just go on a press tour again for part 2. And then they're Gucci. Also, I was told when it came to the musical adaptation of it, the musical portion didn't necessarily know what to do when it came to that. It seems like maybe in this movie they may fix up everything that the play could not do. Also, the storyline that they had, you know, it really fascinated me because what you thought was the reason for her, and I know a lot of people have a problem when it comes to like villains getting a story and people being like, no, I want the villains to stay villains, but everybody has a motive. Unless you're watching The Penguin, where he is just an outright demon all the way through, like, she makes sense, her motives make sense, and I'm very fascinated to see how does she turn into the Wicked Witch that we do eventually see. Like, look, don't get me wrong, she's still a villain. At least now it's like we get to see like really what is fully going on in Oz. It seems to me like it's not even a matter of evil versus good. It's like evil versus another evil, you know what I mean? And that to me is a story that's full of life. It's a story that gives it depth of, well, do you want the con man that claims to be good but they can't do anything? Or do you want the person that's doing right counteracts what your way of living is? Like, what do you go for? And yeah, I just really enjoyed watching it. You know, I know they were trying to have this whole Glicket thing, and I'm gonna do a Gladiator review next, but I thoroughly enjoyed Wicked 10 times more. Just from set wise, acting wise, music wise, even storytelling wise. Like, to me, just Wicked just blew past all my expectations of what I even thought this film was about and what they could do, the twist that they have in this film about the bigger plot that's even going on. I just thought that it was genius, and all the side characters that were added in there just made the world just feel so much bigger, and I am excited for part 2. Let me know in the comments though, guys, what do you guys think when you got to watch it? If you haven't watched it, do you plan to go see it? I will see you at the concession stands. Adios.